I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents on like this World War III and everything. Thank you, President Trump, for protecting our land over there where our embassy sits. Taxpayers, that's taxpayer land that's being protected over there. We pay a lease on land every time that we put an embassy. I mean, we give them money. That's our land. And so, thank you, President Trump. And just like we would protect our homes with our guns and our neighbors or our loved ones or our family members with guns or whatever it took to protect our assets, our property, ourselves, President Trump did the same thing for the American taxpayers and the people over there that are living and guarding our taxpayer assets over there. So that's my 2 cents on World War III. Thank you. If everybody wants to make big deal out of him taking down some idiots trying to get into our break into our embassy and hurt people, and there was murder and all that involved, good. I'm glad. I wish that he would do this, act this way towards the child molesters and the pedophiles out there that are running rampant. I wish they'd go in and flash fire. They wish they would have done this on Epstein's Island, although I know that there were victims still over there. But, for anybody else, that's, I wish they'd do it to like the UN place that's trying to train people up to take our guns. These are illegal immigrants that they're giving fake driver's license to over there in New York, and then they're going to try and train these immigrants a little bit of English, probably just the basics. May I have your gun, please? You know what I mean? What a joke. Good luck against our freaking Appalachian guerrillas. I mean, and everybody else, every other militia member out there. And by the way, if you own a gun and you're a patriot, then you're militia too. And shame on them for trying to make militia a bad word, smearing it in the press right now like, oh, it was that militia that broke into that embassy. Oh, it was that militia. Now they're going to be like, well, it's that militia that's over there with their guns in Virginia. We got to put an end to this militia, So I shame on militias. Shame on them for getting militias a bad name, because that's not what militias are intended for. This is a rogue force, probably set up financially through the deep state on our taxes, for crying out loud. If we could just get a couple of these freaking enemies to flip on our side, we'd have it defeated. It's just ridiculous how corrupt people are. Pelosi's sitting up there wanting to accuse our president of all these horrible things, and her and our son are just so filthy. The woman makes me sick, and I hope she and her kids and the Bidens end up not in Gitmo. I hope that they end up extradited to the Ukraine for prosecution, interrogation, and investigations and incarcerations based upon the treaty that was signed by President Clinton in 1999. So, all of this is under a treaty and under an investigation, and we are obligated and duty bound to investigate any corruption in the Ukraine. And our president in the White House can, under that treaty, investigate anybody. That Legion on Foreign Affairs, that any of the DOJ, the congressmen, anybody. Nobody's off limits. The president himself can be investigated for corruption in the Ukraine, and obviously they took 2 years and did that and found nothing. So these people are filthy, and I can't wait for them to get rid of them. We need to run for offices, and in the meantime be recalling our local politicians. Have a good evening.